Today we are going to talk about Oakton, Virginia. So let's talk a little bit about where it is. Oakton is west of Vienna. Vienna and Oakton share a border, and it is also just north of I-66. Oakton's population is 36,000. There is easy access to the Vienna Metro Station and the Silver Line if you want to hop the train. Maple Avenue in Vienna, which is Vienna's main street, is the same road that goes into Oakton, and it's actually called Chain Bridge now, so it doesn't have the same name, but it is the same street essentially, and it is the busy road with the stuff on it. Same story in Oakton, even though Oakton's a little bit quieter and it's not as busy and built up as Vienna. So some history here. Settlers first came to Vienna in the mid-1700s, but Oakton was settled later in the 1800s. The mid-1800s, it was actually known as Flint Hill. They built a schoolhouse in 1850 called the Flint Hill Schoolhouse. In 1883, a post office was built next to a big giant oak tree, and that is how Oakton got its name. Fun fact. Real estate in Oakton, you are going to find a variety of price points. It is lower in price though than neighboring Vienna. So you'll see, like, you're getting a little bit further out here. It's a little bit more suburban, residential feeling, not as built up as Vienna is. Single family homes are gonna run between 800,000 and 2 million. Prices really steadily move from the 800s to the 1.2 range. And then the number of homes for sale falls off. So it's not like when I say the range is 800 to 2 million, it's not like there's tons of choices here. Most of the choices are in the 800 to 1.2, 1.3-ish, but that it falls off. You had a few homes that were 1.4, a few homes that were 1.6 at any given time. There are teardowns here in Oakton, but they're not as ubiquitous as you'll see in McLean or Vienna. So the housing here in Oakton is from the 70s, the 80s, and 90s, and usually those center hall colonials or split levels that they were building in those decades don't lend themselves well to being torn down. And if you think about it, McLean and Vienna are closer into the city, and as population was sort of, working downtown and moving to the bedroom communities at that time, which was McLean and Vienna, in the 40s, they were building rambler houses, right? And so now these houses are sort of like people just view as obsolete, right? Like they don't want the one level living. The land is a lot bigger. They can build a bigger house there. So you see those get torn down more often in McLean and Vienna than you are going to see in Oakton. So the colonials and splits, like I said, they're larger. They can usually be renovated or added onto instead of being demolished. And that's more of what you'll see happening here. Condos in Oakton start in the mid 200s and go to about the 400,000s. There are townhouses, they're in the 400s, they go to the 800s. So food in Oakton, Oakton really just has giant. If you want other grocery stores, you've got to sort of meander a little bit out of Oakton. You can go to Vienna. There's a giant Whole Foods Fresh Market. Those are all off Maple Avenue, just up the street. There's a Harris Teeter that's a little bit further south near 66. As far as restaurants go, you've got a few mom and pop restaurants in Oakton. The area is surrounded with restaurants though. You've got Vienna and Tyson's, which we've talked about in other videos. Tons of restaurants there. You've got a lot of upscale chain restaurants in Tyson's. You've got a lot of mom and pop restaurants in McLean as well as Vienna that you could go to. And then Oakton also has great proximity to Fairfax, which, Fairfax Corner, it's like an outdoor shopping center. You've got a mall there as well, but you've got a lot of other outdoor, shopping and restaurants there that you can go take part and eat at. They're delicious. So let's shopping and fun. You've got the basics along Chain Bridge in a few different shopping centers. You could go to Vienna and hit Maple Avenue, which is the main street of Vienna, or you can go to Tyson's for all the options that are there. Same as with the restaurants. You can also go to Fair Oaks Mall, which is in Fairfax, and Fairfax Corner shopping is just west. There is a movie theater there. There's a bunch of shops. There's also a bunch of other restaurants there as well. And then in Oakton, you've got Oakmar Recreation Facility. This is a county facility. This thing is a behemoth. There is an Olympic-sized pool, a gym, a mini golf course, fitness classes, as well as classes and camps for kids, a golf center. I'm pretty jealous of the Northern Virginia parks, and this one is no joke. There's like a driving range. There's all kinds of really amazing stuff, tons of sports fields. If you wanted to go hiking, you can do the W&OD Trail, which actually runs right through Vienna. It starts in Shirlington. It goes out to Purcellville, Virginia. It's 45 miles. You can pick it up around the 11-mile mark in Vienna. right in downtown Vienna on the Green. There's also Wolf Trap, which is like a concert and performing arts venue that's open from May through September. And there's a lot of like headlining kind of concerts, like big names that come there as well. They do opera, they do dance, they do all kinds of other stuff also. Now kids. So let's talk about kids and some family stuff. People move to Oakton for the same reasons that anybody would really move like to a sought-after suburb, right? The family activities are plentiful, the living isn't hectic, the schools are good. 33% of the households in Oakton actually have children under the age of 18. There's Flint Hill Elementary, which is actually different from the Flint Hill School, which Flint Hill School is a private K through 12 option. You've got other elementary schools, Oakton, or Waples Mill. And then for middle schools, you have Thoreau, Jackson, or Franklin. And then for high schools, homes in Oakton either feed to Oakton High School or Madison High School in Vienna. It just kind of depends on where you are. There's advanced academics as well. At the elementary level, you could go to Sunrise Valley and Reston, which is not too far away. You could go to Jackson Middle School for advanced academics. Madison High School, we talked about that in Vienna since that is Vienna's high school, but Madison has AP program. They have a global classroom which has partnerships with Colombia and France. There is a residential governors program for grades 10 and 11 for those students who might be interested in visual and performing arts. They have a separate website called Warhawk Sports with information about all the sports that are available at Madison, so definitely check that out. They've got a robust program. Football, tennis, cross country, field hockey, dance, golf, basketball, baseball, crew, softball, lacrosse, track, tons of sports fields at this school too. Oakton High School has AP programs as well. They also have tons of sports. They also have a separate website for their sports as well. There is football, volleyball, tennis, cross country, field hockey, dance, golf, basketball, baseball, crew, softball, lacrosse, track. They have a very robust program of clubs and honor societies. And so definitely check them out too. They've got their own. I'm going to link that everything in the notes as well as in the blog post that will be on my website. Oakton has it's Borg Street Park. I'm actually not sure how to say that. They've got a playground and a basketball court there. And then on the border of Vienna and Oakton is Nottoway Park. It's a huge county park. There's a playground there. There's a ton of sports fields, tennis courts. You can picnic there. In the summer, they've got a concert series that runs through there. And there's also a dog park that's there as well. And then speaking of the doggies, in addition to that dog park, well, you know, it's the burbs. People have dogs. So if you need a vet, right? Like, let's talk about this. Hunter Mill Animal Hospital is excellent, as is Hope Vet in Vienna. Hope Vet will do general veterinary stuff, and then they also have a couple specialty things that they do: ophthalmology, cardiology, and oncology. Hunter Mill Animal Hospital, also awesome, very, very well rated. Oakton also has Blake Lane Dog Park. So there's a fenced area, Blake Lane, and then there's also like an adjacent field where some people will go and play fetch with their dogs who maybe need to run more, don't have to be on leash, that kind of thing. So we've got a couple different options there, but you do have a fenced-in area in the park. There's parking there, and you just walk down maybe 100 feet to this little path, and you can get to the dog park. So that is Oakton, cute little community and suburb of DC, quieter than Vienna, but not very far out, just beyond the Beltway. If you have any questions about Oakton or anything related to real estate, my contact info is going to be coming next, and you can subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll get notified when I have new videos.